So how long have you been doing this?
It's been about 4 years.
Did you train or did you fall in love with your job?
Yeah, no, I trained in fashion and did a little bit of art after that, but this kind of came natural. Yeah, so, and apparently I'm really good. So it's
no, there are those who train for the job and there are those who the job called them. And I guess for you, the job called you.
Oh yeah.
So, what do you tell your grandmother you do?
Well, she's been kind of like nice about it, you know. I mean, I've always been somewhere in the arts, so she kind of just like, he's an artist.
He's still painting. He's painting faces.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just checking.
Same thing, different canvas, you know.
And here's the thing. Whose face have you done? Because I'm gonna hope that somewhere along the way you're like, yes, Caroline from Nairobi. But who's the person whose face you've done and you've been nervous about just getting it right?
I think I just recently did a Lucci's face for the cover of Forbes magazine.
Oh, Forbes woman, where she's in a red outfit. See,
yeah.
I saw it. Good work.
Thanks. And that was kind of like, I was a little bit starstruck, and she's worked with the cream of the crop in the industry, so there was a moment where I was kind of like, no, okay, just do it. But I mean, she was just a complete lady, and she's so graceful, so it was a pleasure.
So let me ask you something. Why Kenya? Why M.A.C?
Well, I mean, I definitely think that the market's ready at this point, and there's such a big demand for our product, and the Kenyan woman is really well traveled, so she knows the brand. And I mean, we were speaking to someone yesterday, and it's a matter of like, you know your friend's traveling, so let's write up a little list.
Yes, we do.
And that's all that is, like, it's
that's
a M.A.C
nice
list.
Girl.
You know?
The crazy girls text their boyfriends or their husbands and say, go into Edgar's.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think it's time, and more so than just the product. I think we've noticed so much talent in the industry, just from freelance makeup artists. So this is a nice platform for them to also experience M.A.C and sort of work on the counter and get the training that they need to be the best artists they can be.
So here's what I need to know. For the woman who feels that makeup might make her look artificial, give me a tip.
Yeah. Two things I think are the most important, and the first is definitely the preparation that you put in before makeup. So you want to refine and resurface and make your skin look alive way before the makeup even starts. So I think women should stop seeing foundation as a quick fix. Yeah. That's when it starts going all sorts of wrong. Yeah. And then foundation matching, the right shade, you know, and
yeah, you can't choose the one your girlfriend has got, and we girls do this all the time.
That way.
Like, what are you using? Okay,
I used a little bit of my girlfriend's though, and it was fine. And you're like, so, but the picture you're showing me,
yeah, it's not fine. Okay, all right.
Yeah, so it's that, and I mean, and none of us have one skin tone in our face, so so you want to pay attention to that as well. And sometimes it leads down to, and I keep going back to it, makeup is so bespoke. So you need to sit down with a professional and sort of tailor the recipe for you. So if it requires one foundation and 2 concealers to match all the different tones, then that's how you, it's going to be flawless, but at the same time it's not going to look artificial at all.
Okay, it's no longer a hit.
It's over.
Yes, it's done. But there are people, look, there's all sorts of myths.
Yeah.
When it comes to makeup, there are people who say, okay, fine, I can wear makeup if I'm going to a function, a wedding, a party, but not to work. And I am sitting there thinking, well, you know, people have to encounter you 5 days a week, so maybe you could bring your best face.
I think it's because everyone has the idea that makeup is supposed to only be transformative, so you turn into this completely different person. Yeah. And I was saying this yesterday, it is a lifestyle, and I mean, you want to look your absolute best, and I love when you said, when you look good, you feel good, and then
when
you do good.
When you look good, you feel good, you do good.
I love that.
You cannot give what you do not have.
Yeah.
You cannot.
Yeah. So I mean,
you can't tell me that you feel awful about yourself because you don't like the way you look. And I'm not just talking about your face or your clothes, everything else.
Yeah.
And then you're going to be amazing. No, you're not.
So you want to walk out of your house being the best possible version of yourself every day.
There you go.
And makeup plays a big role in that. So even for guys, we talk a lot to male grooming. So if you're doing simple things like brushing your brows up as opposed to just ignoring them.
Or the unibrow. It cannot look like a caterpillar across your face.
Yep. So I think if women get over the idea of it being transformative, then we'll kind of move forward with that.
What are your big do's and don'ts for, okay, we're going into party and wedding season in Kenya. Yeah. So I'll ask a question for the brides. How do you not look like somebody else on your wedding day? Because, I've seen makeup artists who meet the bride for the first time on the morning of, and then, we're all sitting in church minding our business, and then her veil comes off, and we're like, and who are you?
Stunt double.
Yeah, it's a stunt double, like, okay, that's not his chick. We know his chick. How do you not look like another person on your wedding day? What are your rules for that?
I think, again, you want to tailor make the look for you, and women get so excited, so things like proms or weddings, it's kind of like, so now I have to do something extreme.
Yes.
Because it's the big day.
It is the one.
And the best advice is that you kind of want to look like you, when you walk up to him, you want to look like the person he's intending to marry. So
the person he's actually going to wake up next to tomorrow.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, so keep it simple. You could do a red lip if you wanted to, if everything else is really sort of finessed and toned down. And by toned down, I don't mean wear less foundation.
No.
I just mean, just refine and make everything the best possible version of itself.
Okay.
And then add something that's maybe a feature, so lashes or a lip.
Oh, yes.
But there's also this, and it's a trend right now, Kim Kardashian contouring. And,
I know.
And it looks fantastic on TV, but in real life,
contouring,
it's a lot.
It's a lot.
Like, it's a lot. So it's flawless, but there are ways to achieve something that flawless without having to do so much makeup. And I think that the bride should be very much involved with the makeup artist's idea, because naturally the makeup artist is going to bring an idea of what the makeup's supposed to look like as well. So a lot of brides are kind of going to be like, you know what you're talking about, so let's do that. Yeah, so do a trial before your wedding.
I'm really liking this.
Yeah. So what I've done is I've used the lighter shades again, just on the high planes. Those guys.
Oh, that's how you got that.
I love the idea of always having it look as though you've got a spotlight shining in the center of your face.
Even when there isn't one.
Exactly.
I like it. All right. So best version of yourself. Don't overdo everything. And even when you go into parties, there's the other thing, I'm going to be on television.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Refine and powder, that's it. So make sure your skin looks flawless, and then powder the hot spots that you need to powder, and then stop.
I love that, stop. Yes, and I'm going to have a red lip, just because, once again, I realize that colors fire up differently on camera. So what you consider as an orange in regular daylight ends up looking a little more ochre red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a little bit more of a sort of complicated understanding. But basically, you kind of want to look at the undertones of the light that's being used. So if it's cold light or warm light, and what that's going to do to a cold or warm shade.
Nice.
Yeah. So if you're lucky enough to sort of get it to look at the light first before you decide on what your look's going to be, then that's probably the best.
Isn't the idea by and large, if you're a bride, and once again I'm going back to the brides, to probably go to the M.A.C store and try the look before the actual day?
Definitely. And if you have an opportunity with your photographer or a photographer, is to have some flash photography done. Because sometimes you don't see
until
what your SPF is going to do, or what the foundation's doing, or the highlighter that looks incredible in store.
Let's talk about the girls actually at the store.
Yeah.
How long is their training before you actually open the doors? Because I'm sure you need them to be a certain way, to do things at a certain speed. Because I'm sure there are people thinking, yeah, even I can do makeup. My cousin does makeup. But I don't think an artist, and note, M.A.C calls their people artists.
Yeah.
An artist, no, I realize there is terminology. An artist seems to have a certain flair, training, This is not your run-of-the-mill person.
No.
How long does that usually take?
Before store opens, we'll recruit the artists, and they go through a verbal and a makeup interview. So we actually need to see what the makeup skill is, and I mean, from that we'll already decide for every individual where we're going to take that and what the areas of opportunity are, so to speak. Once the artists get chosen, we spend about a week doing what's called basic training, and that's where we really sort of take them through a little bit of the M.A.C DNA. So you can do makeup, but this is how M.A.C does makeup.
Yes, that I understand.
And that's the most important thing. And in that week, they learn everything about sort of the culture in M.A.C, customer service, and how important that is to us, and then technique as well. So we do a lot of makeup.
I didn't actually realize you have a culture and a DNA. I used to think I walk into a M.A.C store anywhere in the world and they think I'm wonderful.
And
I can't wait until you do my mouth. Because usually my face is fine, and then when I add a little lipstick, I like pop.
Yeah.
And then what are you going to do with that?
So for the eyes, and we want to keep it as subtle as possible. So for the daytime look, I think you wanna define all of the features. So much like you've done with the black eyeliner, I love that because you're sort of just, I mean, there's an eye
it's
there.
just there.
Yeah. And you want to highlight the ball of the eye as well. So this is our Prolong Wear paint pots, and they come in about 50 shades. And it's also just a nice way just to define the lid.
Okay,
and it sets.
Why is it, you think, that by and large, and I'm not saying by any means that, you know, I have met better female versus male makeup artists, but when guys do makeup, they do it well. Why?
Yeah.
You do it really well.
And I have this idea that I feel like the best makeup artists are the ones who are not professionally trained in makeup. Solely because they don't have that textbook idea of how to do makeup.
True.
So like with the male artist, they don't have a textbook idea of how to do makeup on themselves. So all they see is this perfect face
and then
how
they
they're
create
going to, exactly.
I love that answer. Let's finish this.
So with mascara, there's a massive concern with women who have short lashes or straight lashes. And besides the formula and the brush, and I mean, this is the in extreme dimension, and the brush kind of really does do all the work for you.
It does.
So it's got silicone bristles that really sort of coat every lash.
Wow.
And then the technique that I love to use, which I mean, and this just changes everything, is you want to sort of get to the base of the lash.
All right.
And wiggle from side to side and upward, so you know you're coating everything.
Alright, is that what you do?
And this brush just makes it so easy.
This I have to see. Whoa! My eyes popped! I mean, you are kidding me!
And it also features a nice
You're coming home with me.
Oh yeah.
Because I am not doing that tomorrow morning. Wow! Wow!
And it also features a carbon black pigment, so that's really the difference. It's not sort of, it's black. And I think we'll finish off the day look with a cream sheen glass. And these guys also stay forever. This one's called Star Quality. So I think
hello.
Yeah. Perfect. Cool, so I mean, that looks really fresh and effortless.
Oh, I love it! Now, you don't know how scared you are when somebody says, I want to do your makeup. You're like, that's it. I'm about to show off with a blue brow and strange mouth, and I like it.
Yeah.
I really like it.
Perfect. If you want to just pull it a little bit, you could simply just add a little bit of your black pencil just in the outer corner on top. And I mean, this will take 30 seconds in your car. And then you're just going to use a blending brush and just blend that out. So you've got a little bit of a
smoky eye.
Yeah. And the M.A.C black pencils all smudge really easily, so you can blend them out. And it's still understated.
Hold on.
Cheap and
hello. I love him.